Okay, so continuing where we left off, let's take a look at what we can do right now. So we've got some topology issues to clean, and we've got a few more loops that we need to really add in. So let's get those loops added in, and we can worry about the topology in a moment. So I'm going to drop back down to my editable poly. I'm going to go to edge. I'm going to click this guy here, and I'm just going to go to ring. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ring around the full body. See how far we get. Alright. And back to my now quicker loading graphite modeling tools. And let's do Flow Connect and let's have a look at what it gives us. So that keeps the flow going pretty nicely. We could use it with some cleanup later on, but that should be fine. And let's just zoom that in a little bit. So I'm going to do another Flow Connect around these sections at the front as well. These sections we don't have to change too much. So it looks pretty cool. And let's do one around here. Let's see if we can ring that. This gives us a ring around here. Let's see what actually happens when we hit Flow Connect. As you can see, it doesn't really give me what I was expecting. I was wanting that to sort of pop out a little bit rather than pull it in. So let's leave that one for the moment, and let's change that topology a little bit because it looks like it could be causing more problems than it's worth at the moment. And let's start fixing what we've got around here at this top one, because we can duplicate that down to here as well. So what I'm going to do is let's just close this graphite modeling tools down, jump to a vertex selection, and I'm going to use the cut tool. So I'm going to use Alt and C. Of course, it's on the right click menu as well if you prefer using that. And I'm just going to hover over this. You can see that this icon on the screen changes. So if I'm over a face that I'm going to cut in the middle of, it's got this cube icon. If I'm over an edge, you can see it gives me the edge icon, and if I'm over a vertex, it gives me the vertex icon. So I'm going to be over this vertex, and I'm just going to run this to the center of this edge, and I'm just going to right click and end that tool, and I'm going to do the same for down here as well. So right click and end that tool, and let's go ahead and do that around here as well. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to right click, end the tool fully, go to my edge mode, and I'm just going to control click all the way around this fin, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to connect. So it's giving me quite a big edge around that. Not exactly what I was wanting, but that should do for now. Let's go back to vertex mode, turn on my edge constraint, and let's move this guy along this edge. And let's do the same for here as well. Looks okay, and I'm just going to bring this one in because I think he's a bit far away. And let's move all of these. Well, for me, I'm going to move all of these in as well. With these a little bit closer so that we've got some we can worry about when it comes to rigging. The deformation is going to be a little bit nicer if we've got more loops. So I'm going to worry about that right now. So look what we can do. Alright. This guy's not playing very nice. No worry though. Okay, let's move this one down. And that one. And we're just about done. I think this guy probably moved along a little bit too much, you think? Let's move this. Alright, cool. Let's go back up to the top. So this guy could have another loop in at some point as well around this section. So if I just highlight these, he could have another one. So let's connect. Cool, that looks pretty nice. Alright, so if we grab this guy and do a ring, you can see that now we've got equal sections, so that means it's going to ring all the way around. This guy's still got a problem, so we've got 5-sided polygons, so it's not going to loop around properly. But I'm not going to worry about that just for the moment, so let's continue this ring. go back to my graphite modeling tools, and I'm just going to hit Flow Connect. Close that back down. And that looks pretty good for now. So let's move to the back and just have a look at what's going on here as well. So if we do ring again, you can see that it's hitting this one and getting a problem. So we'll just continue it and Flow Connect. And you can see that the Flow Connect hasn't really worked for the back. So let's just undo it and we'll just do a normal connect and we'll fix this ourselves. Okay, that looks alright. So we've got some issues here with some 5-sided polygons, which I'm not really too worried about because we can easily fix these. So let's take a look at it. Let's grab these two edges and I'm just going to remove them. I'm going to hold down Control so that it gets rid of the vertex that it creates in the center as well. I'm going to jump to vertex mode, come in here, and I'm just going to connect. And I'm going to do the same again for these guys and just connect those. So now you can see that we should be able to grab this edge ring and ring all the way around, which is great. And we should grab this one and this should ring as well. So you can see we've got a triangle in here as well. Some people are really picky about them. I don't really care as long as they're hidden. This one's not too hidden, but it's sort of on a joint that's going to deform, and I think it's going to deform okay actually. So I'm going to leave that for now. I need to do the same for the front here as well because we've got another 5-sided polygon, so let's Control and backspace to remove that. Back to vertex mode, connect. Connect that. And that should give us a nice ring around here. If we can ring, we should be good. Alright, cool. This is unfortunately give us some really nasty geometry around this point. So that's probably not the best idea. So I'm just going to undo all of that and bring that back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this guy down with the edge constraint and just bring that in. So that's a little bit more smooth around this point. It's going to look a bit nicer. Okay, so what can we do with this? Well, there's a number of things we could go through. We could come in here, connect these two, and then go to vertex mode, and we can connect these. So that fixes the bottom section, but unfortunately the top section is still gone. So can we add in another loop around here? I think so, because we have a triangle at this point. So what I'll do is I'll grab here, here, and here, and let's run this all the way down. Connect, and let's connect these two vertices. Connect on here. That looks much better than what it did before. But you'll notice that we've done really nothing to move. We've moved this triangle, which we can actually slide along a little bit to give it a bit more shape. Which looks better. We just pushed this triangle down to here. So that's probably not the best. So what we could do is we could collapse these. So if we right click and go to collapse, see that we've now got all nicely four-sided things, four-sided polygons. So that's actually going to work pretty nicely. I think that's cool. We can leave that in. So we've got this problem here again. I mean, do we go ahead and leave this in, or do we fix it? It's entirely really up to you. Obviously it's better if you can get it all in quads. I'm just going to leave this for now. And down here we actually have the same thing. So let's run a loop and just ring it. Let's get rid of this. Let's connect. And I'm going to grab those and just right click and collapse. Let's just move these down so we've got a bit of a nicer loop on this. Alright, so we got another quad in here. Got a quad on the front. There's no triangles at the top. And we fixed this one down here. So we should probably do the same for the bottom, which is pretty easy. So let's ring, connect, Move this out. So that's really getting rid of our triangle problem right there. And technically we could run another ring around here if we wanted to get rid of these triangles as well. So let's run one down here. Let's ring it, connect, move this out. And for this guy, let's just check what we do if we click here and we ring. Notice that it runs right the way over the top, so that's actually really cool. And we can just go connect. Let's move these around a bit. And let's just keep this flow going pretty nicely as well. Don't forget about the flow. Okay, cool. So we fixed the triangle problems and the n-gons on the main character now. We can go into working more on the fins and the tail itself.